Hey everybody, it's Cedar the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Let's Play Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael. In the last episode, we we kind of, started getting, kind of back on track with school life a little bit. I think this is one of those weird episodes where, last episode was one of those weird episodes where not a lot happened. So it's kind of hard to describe, but I guess the best way to kind of put it is like, well, I don't know. Wait, Mia kind of, she got sick again, but Risa, was there to help her out, help her out and all that, and oddly, because something else to mention is Risa kind of, I guess not really confronted, but kind of talked to Mia about what almost happened after the shrine event. And asking her a little bit more about why about that, and something Mia said is she expected that Risa would react that way about how something almost happened after the shrine when they were back in Risa's room, and she's like, maybe next time things will be different. She says she's gonna try again next time. Which I think is partly teasing, maybe a little I doubt she'll next shot she has, that's what she means by next time, but I doubt she's completely serious about that. I feel that's mostly teasing, but still, that's kind of can't ever be too sure with Mia, and that's kind of got Risa worried a bit, I guess, or just not even worried, just more flustered and confused. And also, we also bumped into the freshman club, and now they're all walking home from school together. So yeah, there was a lot apparently. I just had to think about it a bit more. Anyway, let's get to it.
Nanami-chan たちはバレンタイン何あげるか決めた？どうしようかな。手作りかな、やっぱり。手作りって楽しそうね。レシピとかネットで探そうかな。バレンタインか。楓ちゃんと2人でチョコを食べたらチョコ味のキスしてもらえるかな。
I just see, am I the only guy I see something like chocolate flavored kisses? I just think of the candy. I was like that's my first thought, when you put chocolate and kiss in this same sentence. I'm sorry, that's just the candy to me. It's so obvious where your mind is at. Kind of like how Nanami's kind of calling her out on it.
ななみちゃんだってそれくらいの妄想普段からしているでしょ？してなくはないけど。真っ赤になって可愛い。やっぱりしてるんだ。で、リサちゃんは？
I like how Nanami doesn't even deny it, where it's well, it's not like I don't, but I mean, I think for Nanami it's a little different. For her, it's mostly just she thinks about it in embarrassment. Well, anyway.
チョコ味のキス。ダメ。今はそんなこと考えちゃダメだよ。何考えたの？
how do you respond to that? Like, I was thinking of just passing it by, like let's not, like, you know, not responding to him. It's like, no, I'm sorry, just like, how do you respond to that? I guess maybe Sarah's kind of giving opportunity for Risa to broach the topic, but like, that's a little out there. Like, you know, I'm thinking, like, was Sarah always this, like, was Sarah always this bad about? Was Sarah always this, like, blunt about it? But like, I don't think she was. Guess that's like a character trait unique to Sarah. Not to say that the other Nekos, like, because I'm pretty sure Neko's there. Neko's Sarah in my ship. Not to say that the other Nekos don't get like that, but I feel Sarah just has less filter because, like, you know, like, like Mai, like, definitely, like, you know, teases and says inappropriate stuff. You know, that's mostly just with Reo. And there are other people, it's, you know, they're usually a bit dialed down, and, you know, like, you know, mostly for teasing, so only really, like, and, you know, if Mai calls her, you know, if Reo calls her out on it, Mai's just like, well, why don't you? Well, you just seem to have your head in the gutter. But I don't know, Sarah's just like, I don't know, Sarah keeps finding ways to just surprise me. Just like, how weird can it get? Okay, here's a new one.
しないです。エッチはしません。しないのリサさん。なんでもない。サラさんが変なこと言うから。
Well, well, yeah, I think you just saw a little of the dark side of the Nami just pop up for a little bit. Just like Reese is like, that's not happening, and the Nami's like, wait, what? It isn't. Well, you know how it is for, which I guess feels like I feel like I guess kind of makes sense for the Nami to say that, considering, like, you know, her and Yuna definitely aren't shy about doing that. So yeah, and you know, obviously, you know, Sarah is, it's just like the peers are, like, she attracts, just, you know, have no problem, you know, like, I think it's with that stuff, so yeah.
別に変じゃないよ。サラは楓ちゃんといつでもラブラブなエッチをしているの。サラさんったら。
It was amazing the way Sarah could bring up a topic like that so casually. I mean, I guess, you know, Sarah's kind of, like, with this kind of up point to it. It's not necessarily like this, like, weird thing that never happens, but just like, I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Just like, but you know, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, you know, when you think about it, you can say it in a way it's just like, you know, like a natural progression for, like, most people in couples, you know, like, gets to that point, so she has no problem talking about it, especially considering, you know, pretty much everyone else else in the best couples has been there. But, you know, still just not a thing you bring up casually. And it's not even like her bringing it up casually, it's how casually she brings it up, because because, you know, like Risa was saying, it's kind of getting really hard to broach the topic, and, you know, they're in this town area now. It implies that they've been just kind of talking about stuff for a while, and Sarah just transitions to this. So I guess maybe Sarah has a point where it's like, you know, maybe it shouldn't have to be so weird, but it's like, you know, there's a reason you're just kind of being called out, Sarah. Not everyone's as like zero flinch, like not everyone is as like zero flinch calm about the subject as you are. I was kind of super jealous of her for a number of reasons.
無理、やっぱり無理よ。
Just thinking about chocolate flavored Christmas has blown a fuse in my head.
風の方、もう大丈夫なの？ええ、誰かさんの献身的な看病のおかげですっかり元気よ。そう、じゃあ今回のことは貸しにしてあげるわ。あら、私、貸しを作られるのは苦手なのよね。それじゃ、今度は私がリサさんの体を隅々まできれいにしてあげるわ。それはいいわ。
Mia was always so quick to take things there.
あなたとのこういうおしゃべりも楽しいけど、そろそろ本題に入らせてもらうわ。
You know, I think Mia, they're still kind of getting into the in the start of their relationship, so things might change a bit about how she handles like being like, part of the Neko art, like part of her little Neko archetype. But I don't quite I don't quite know how she'll go about doing, like how she'd go about doing it, just kind of being the Neko, because the Nekos are usually pretty pretty perverted. And something I've noticed about me, at least from the little bits we've seen of it between here and bits of remembering how we met, where she shows that side of herself a bit too, I noticed that it's less about being just kind of like extremely perverted, and more about just the fact that the things she says and the way she says things carry a certain weight or meaning behind them. Wait. This line right here. I wish sometimes I could tell just have it so it wasn't voiced, but so I can just get on with my point when I'm going back on text like this. But anyway, the way this really as a line at surface value doesn't mean anything. The most you can get from it is that she's thorough. She'd be thorough, but when you think about, first off, the situation that's happening, the status of their relationship and the situation of things going on around them, it carries a weight, or you could tell that there's a double you can tell that there's a double meaning there. And it's just yeah, you could say mind in the gutter, but you could say mind in the gutter, but it's you can tell that's probably also what she's going for. And I kind of like that little go about at it. It's more of a it's more of a subtle thing of just you know, requiring us to, pick up on the context or like the underlying meaning. Which, it's a more interesting way than, people like, Sarah's more just direct way of speaking about the subject. Because, it kind of like, it kind of maybe says something like Mia, while more comfortable talking about it, maybe also just does not have that same bluntness that like Sarah would have on the subject. So yeah, anyway.
あなたとのこういうおしゃべりも楽しいけど、そろそろ本題に入らせてもらうわ。
I think there's also that moment like in the beginning where like Mia is just like, tells Risa she smells very nice. It's just like, and that one's more just on the, I guess, I think that's even before Mia developed her feelings. That's like she it's like more getting to the point of like, the way she says things kind of can like carry a double meaning if you look for it, and the fact that perhaps maybe she like maybe there was a double meaning when she told Risa when she told Risa she smelled nice in the very beginning. That or she's just trying to get a rise out of her, which that's another thing the kind of which even if that was just her teasing, that's still oddly also kind of a decent thing to my point of because that's something else the Neckos do. They tease a lot, and for me, her teasing is more of just that subtle way of like, I'm going to say something with a double meaning, but make it obvious enough that make it obvious enough, like make the double meaning kind of obvious, and that's enough to fluster Risa. And then she'd also Risa thinks about it, and I can imagine Mia just saying like, something, like I said, like kind of something Mai sometimes does with Rei of like calling her out for having her head in the gutter. Even though that's obviously what she's going for. Yeah, it's a very kind of interesting thing about how, about how Mia, about how Mia's a little, like, an interesting little deviation of the trope. Anyway.
私、昨日ベッドで休んでいる時、真剣に考えたの。そしてある結論に至ったのよ。結論って？私、本気なの。本気でリサが好きよ。ミア。もう我慢できないわ。すぐにでも抱きしめたい。とことん愛してあげたいわ。でもね。でも何？もしあなたの心がまだ私を拒むなら、その心が変わるまでいつまでも待つわ。
Okay, yeah, this right here, it's pretty much confirming what I said before. It's just like, yeah, like, like Mia doesn't have like a super like she doesn't have like a powerful lust or anything. To her, I feel like, becoming one, as kindred spirits would call it. I feel for Mia, for more her, that's like, that's just like an expression of affection. and you know, I guess that's make, and you know, I feel for me it's more of an expression of affection. It's made even more apparent by the fact that Mia is kind of like more of a person of action rather than words. And I mean in context is outside of romantically too, because she's also, she can, you know, when she, you know, when she wants to do something, like, or you know, she does something, she does it pretty well, like, you know, in action rather than just speaking. So yeah, this could just be more of that showing. But yeah, again, this is something I'm like, you know, again, she still respects Risa to the point of like, you know, if you're not ready to take that next step, I won't force it. Not to say that the other girls aren't like that, but not to say that the other Nekos aren't like that with their Tachis. Just you never have a chance to see that. This is literally the first time this is happening in the series. I mean, who knows? Maybe Eris and Shizuku and like Rina and Tanako were like that too, but I don't count on it. Maybe someone could tell me the comments if there was a little bit of this like hesitation on the subject, but yeah. Anyway. In my surprise, my brain stopped functioning for a brief moment. That just makes me think like Risa.exe is crash rebooting. I kind of don't get the need for a second confession. Maybe the second confession was so she can add that part, so Mia could add that part in too, of like, you know, like, won't force us to go any further. Or maybe it's more she's saying that she like, she loves Risa even though Risa doesn't want to take that next step. Like, her feelings to Risa are more important than anything she particularly desires or lusts for. Maybe that's it, but yeah. I mean, no, that makes, I feel like that makes sense if that was what they were going, if that's what she was going for. Or maybe it's just, you know, a confirmation of her love. Well, anyway. Well, okay, maybe it's more like this, where it's more just like, you know, they confess to liking each other, but this is more of the, I guess that maybe this is also a bit of a, like, excuse me, I mean, maybe for you know, Risa and for Mia earlier, it was more of, just how much they truly liked each other, sort of deal. I guess in a way, Risa never truly did directly reply to Mia's feelings, but no. Or maybe that's not even what she's talking about, but what could she mean by she wanted to desperately return those feelings, but she's also just been kind of like putting it off. Like I don't completely get what she means. Could it be like I don't know.
恋をするとみんなこうなっちゃうのかしら。
Damn it, choices. Okay. I'm embarrassed, but I do like it. That summarizes the thing myself. That summarizes the thing pretty well. I'll start with this. I don't know what would be, I guess, in a way, be more canon, I guess. I think I also heard in a comment that, like, my choices actually do start mattering now. Maybe not right at this exact choice, but the choices do matter towards something. But that being said, I'm not gonna look up what like quote unquote correct answers or like more efficient answers because I doubt it changes anything too massively. Feel free, guys, if that comment didn't already do it and I just missed it, guys. For anyone who maybe knows more about this, feel free to tell me in the comments like if these, if the choices do carry like more weight, like what in exactly what sense? Will it change dialogue later down the road? Will I get like a different ending? Maybe not like a good ending and a bad ending, but just like a variation of an ending. Yeah. Anyway, I'll start with I still don't know myself.
私だってミアを。でも好きなことは好きなのよ。ミアにちゃんと言わなくちゃ好きだって。
Okay, so it still arrives at a conclusion. Still arrives at that. Again, this is another thing where I feel like, again, the choices are just like, again, the choices kind of, the choices aren't too radically different because something still ends up happening. It's more getting there.
そうよ、そうだわ。だったら私も。ミアに少し甘えていたのかもしれないわ。そうよ、ちゃんと話して分かってもらうのよ。
I think I might reload and do that choice and pick the first one because, like, I mean, I'll keep with this one. This one seemed pretty good actually. Because again, the other one isn't too different. The other one, Risa has a little bit of, shows, Risa has a bit more anxieties on it, but she still, likes her. Like, she still understands that. Oddly, I'm gonna pick the man, I know this probably bugs people when I do it, but yeah.
でも好きなこと。ミアにちゃんと言わなくちゃ。
yeah, like, you know, this is more of a, like, you know, this is her having anxieties, but her kind of also just, like, you know, even in the face of all of this, I still, like, she still knows her feelings, and, you know, she's gonna be, like, direct about them. You know, for her, it's more like, yeah, you know, I still have these worries, I still have these doubts, but, you know, my feelings about her are definite, so I will tell her them. Anyway.
昨日のことだけど。ええ。
I feel like for whatever, if the choices did matter about something thing, I probably should have chosen the second one, but I still feel this one is maybe a bit more in character. Again, it's not like the choice I feel is in character is radically out of character. I feel like the one I pick is just more in character. Both are still perfectly fine options, but yeah.
私も昨夜考えてみたの。ミヤに言われたことをずっと。正直まだミヤの望むこと、エッチとかは考えられないけれど。うん。でもね、私も好きだから。私もミヤのこと好きだから。リサ、嬉しい。今はそれだけでいいわ。本当に？ええ、ありがとう。私のこといっぱい考えてくれて。でもいつも拒まないってことはキスは嫌じゃないのでしょ、リサも。嫌じゃない。それならいいわ。その他のこともゆっくり時間をかけてその気にしてあげるわ。リサ、少し口を。とろんとした顔しているわね、リサ。そんな。足がプルプルしているわよ、リサ。そんなに気持ちよかった？よくわからない。
You know, I like that little thing with Mia. You know, it's a little bit, you know, kind of that, you know, that little, you know, her Neko side showing a bit more. It's like, you know, I'm okay that you're not there yet, but you know, I'm not quite giving up yet either. Again, it feels a little more like that one was less teasing and more and a bit more serious though. Like, I feel that one was less to get a reaction out of her, more just like an honest statement. Just like, you know, I respect that, but I'm also not quite just gonna sit and wait.
いいわ。今日はこのくらいにしてあげる。二人で過ごす時間はまだたくさんあるからね。そうね。今日はリサの告白が聞けただけで嬉しいわ。これで私たち正真正銘の恋人同士ね。恋人？あのベストカップルの中でも一番の恋人よ。もう見合ったらとんでもない自信かね。あら当然じゃないの。そんな私は嫌い？ううん、好きよ、大好き。じゃあ恋人記念にもう一度キスをしましょう。さっき今日はこれくらいにするって言ったばかりなのに。したくないの？してほしい。アトリエにいないと思ったらここにいたのね。
This feels like the start of a what the heck was that? This feels like we're at kind of the start of another kind of crazy adventure with these two. all of this up to this point has kind of felt like its own story, I guess. But the way they kind of ended that with, you know, as of that day, me and I were madly in love. What will be in store for the couple over the next couple of days. But yeah, I guess this way, and I guess the way this kind of talks, it does kind of like this is the end of kind of its own arc. Like this is kind of its own like the end of its own kind of like act 2, or I guess in a way you could say act 1 of this story, as like, yeah, you know, you don't really think about it too much, but they did just only kind of solidify their relationship now. Everything up to this point has just been more like heavily implied they love each other, but at least on Risa's side, nothing actually said. Now we're past that phase and more into just kind of this one. And I feel that's a good way to end a part. So, next time on A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael, we'll keep going. See you guys then.